Hi, folks. Welcome back to Pop Up Fizzle. I'm Jeff.
I'm Heidi.
And we are back with the BBC's class.
Yay!
Now, if you were with us for the last episode, Detained, you know that I think that episode and the episode before that we filmed back-to-back because we're trying to make our way through this short season of class. So you're going to get 2 episodes back-to-back. Now, you won't get them to view back-to-back, but we're filming them back-to-back, so get used to these outfits for 2 videos. That's the point. We're going to be watching episode 7 of this 8-episode season. So we are coming close. This is the penultimate episode.
Yes, we had some high hopes for this episode, actually. So
that's right. And the last episode left us in an interesting spot.
So the last episode, we saw that the kids were all in detention, but suddenly sucked into some no time and no space.
Right.
And
worst detention ever.
Worst detention ever, for sure. But you know, it was kind of like one of those things that happens in a lot of series where our main protagonist group gets separated somehow, and not just physically, but they have a fight, or they're just not on good terms with each other, and so they go their separate ways. So now we're gonna see if they're gonna come back together to fight something.
And specifically, we ended with Quill with a scar and considerably longer hair than we left her with. So how much time has actually passed? Now, she said she had the worst day, but whether it's actually a day or not, I guess, remains to be seen.
Yeah, a day on certain planets could be years.
Yeah, 24 years. But yeah, we're going to check this episode out and let you know what we think about it. The thing that we want to know from you is, what do you think about it? So once we're done with this, jump down in the comments below and let us know what you think.
Talk to us.
There.
Tell us what you think.
That's right. And if you like this sort of content and want to see more of it, be sure and hit that thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel. That helps too. And as always, that little bell icon supposed to notify you the next time we drop one of these. So do that as well.
Yes.
Anyway, we are about to jump in right now. The metaphysical engine, or what Quill did.
There it is.
Huh. What's this?
What's this?
You're late.
What's that?
Very old technology, which I confess I don't fully understand.
Not the obelisk.
Quite unstable.
Is this a thing that
Liable to kill us all at any moment.
Simmons was?
Is that why they sent you expendable?
Watch out for the little killer cherry blossoms.
Yeah. Oh, are we throwing up? Gross.
I know. Me too. There'll be a period of adjustment.
And Pinkie Pie's fever dream.
I just ask. Where are we, oh wise head teacher and mistress of nauseating space travel?
Someplace wonderful.
They're near.
We call it Narnia.
Can't hear anything.
She said you were meant to be a soldier.
Now, we're flying a little blind here, but our best zoological thinking is that you need to talk about your childhood. What are your first memories quickly? It feeds on those. We think it will come hunting.
Your first memory.
Shedding your quills.
Now.
Suckling in the nest.
I can sense them moving away. Now, soldier, now!
Suckling in the nest. The death of our mother! Well, birth is the last thing that a quill does, right? She gives birth to her litter and dies.
And then her body...
You eat it, don't you? Oh, for nourishment. Yes, a contemptible tradition and medically unnecessary in modern times, but there are archaic cultural pressures,
That's
right?
enough.
That-
They're coming.
I hope whatever he's so gung-ho about attacking is very tiny.
Or fluffy. I hope it's fluffy.
Maybe it's tiny and fluffy.
Nasty, pointy teeth. It is.
That's it?
It's stronger than it looks.
Well, what was all the... That's the size of a kitten.
The kitten's dangerous.
Only if you insult their worshippers online.
Are we safe?
Are you kidding me?
We're safe. It's dead.
This, as best we can tell, is a metaphysical engine.
Metaphysics. Metaphysics aren't real. It's just thought.
Thought, yes. Everything in the universe is conserved. Everything. Even belief. Get millions of creatures believing something strongly enough for long enough, and even space responds.
How many times have you traveled on this device?
Once.
Headmistress? Headmistress.
This is my first actual time, though we've run several simulations.
You're first.
I've been fully briefed. I know what I'm doing.
I think not.
What do you get out of this then?
Freedom.
A snack.
My freedom.
And who is Balon when he is free? I wonder.
Some kind of hunter, I reckon.
Oh, no, my dear. He's your surgeon.
You can't get an arm out through surgery.
You can, if the surgeon is a shapeshifter.
What? Okay, not a weeping angel. Thank you.
This isn't real.
Does no one listen to the posh anymore? No, it is not real, but yes, we are really here.
God, where?
This is Laura Ep3's.
Or hell, more or less.
Not a Balrog.
This seems cruel, even for you.
His hands need to shift to get into your brain. For that, I need a key to unlock them. But it is impossible to reverse the freezing of a shapeshifter.
Except in an impossible place.
There is a special knife.
Whoa! No, I can't use knives, remember? That is the whole point of this trip.
Oh dear, that was an oversight.
What?
What can I do? Soldier! Tell me what I need to do! I will be your arm, soldier!
Reliquary degradation seems at least 40% faster than originally theorized. Request further information from the From here on, there is only death or freedom.
An unfree life isn't a life. So come on. Where to next?
You wouldn't believe me.
You know, I kind of want to strangle her instead.
Doing that!
Yeah. Not really forthcoming with the info.
I had to fight to convince the governors that we should continue at all. No one else is all that committed to saving you, Quill. Is that such a surprise?
No, not really.
Now, if you'll just let me read my notes.
What if they're in like the TARDIS's bathroom or something?
Maybe.
The Arn sits on your midbrain. Yet I will still need to see the pathway there.
And as all Quill brains were destroyed on Rodeo, and you're using yours at the moment.
Are you gonna find a Quill brain?
No, our afterlife myth that died out like 1,000 years ago. Let us hope not.
The Quill goddess is supposed to emerge from the underworld.
Where she has been trapped. Isn't that correct?
And she rises with
Fury and venom, according to the text we have. Oh, how excited!
Really?
Yeah, I'd be less excited about
You
that.
don't know as much about my people as you think you do.
I was a soldier and you weren't there to stop them taking that from me. And where am I now, hey?
What? What do you say?
Oh, well.
My planet was attacked by an enemy we could not hope to fight. I lost everything. The law I loved. The rest of my family scattered. And we'd intended to meet on Earth, to seek sanctuary there together, but
I didn't make it.
when I arrived, I found neither.
Shout my power. Shout my toughness and my danger, but I'm shouting it to children. It's like they just amputated the central part of who I was.
What's wrong?
It's the Arn. It's fighting her.
Then we're out of time.
Or out of space.
Or out of space-time.
Oh.
Somewhere in there.
Oy.
Oh, good. My own personal hell.
No, this isn't appropriate. It's not sterile, it's not antiseptic.
But it is a place I can control. I suggest you get started quickly.
Oh, better.
Can I still
magic?
The blood of my devil, as you call him, allow me to manipulate your flesh. Though you are scarred.
Quill celebrate victory in battle in a certain way.
Oh, okay.
All species say that. All are lying.
Yeah, saw that coming, but also gross.
It has been too long since I was close to someone.
She doesn't have a squish on her.
Was a robot.
This is true.
This is true. So
This is where they meet the first Slayer.
that's what I was gonna say.
In another life, you and I could have been great friends, Miss Quill.
Really?
Oh, I'd rather swim in my own vomit.
Regardless, the little we know of both your species suggests a fight to the death. Time passes differently here.
Oh, there we
You
go.
may awake tomorrow and find you are already old.
She still doesn't have long hair.
But time passes differently.
Things are gonna change around here.
Oh,
No, it can't be.
oh, well, yeah, of course.
Oh. All right,
Okay.
that was it for the penultimate episode of BBC's Class. Heidi,
Yeah.
thoughts?
Okay, so it was really interesting to see how Quill spent her day off.
Does that count as a day off? She did a lot.
It was only 45 minutes, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Lunch break.
Lunch break, yeah. But yeah, it was really interesting to see like what they had to go through to get that thing out of her head. A lot of it was just like really lots of fast talk to me, and I was like, okay, we're here, and then we're going to do this, and we're going to do this. I don't know why, but here we go.
Right.
And it was, I get that because now they have one more episode to go, and they had to at least wrap up something. I thought it was really interesting that they were talking about a lot of Quill sort of biodynamics, how they come into this world, what they have to do after they're born.
Clearly to set us up for whatever's coming next.
Right. And the thing is, I remember from that episode with the living vine thing, what was it called? Like Night Visitor? Something like that?
Night visiting.
Yeah. So one of the things came back as her sister, and she's like, no, my sister was never nice, and she tried to eat me when I was born. So interesting sort of thing. So like Quills live and then birth a litter and then die. So are we gonna have a litter of Quills? Oh my goodness. So interesting. Very excited.
Is
and
one of them going to be Peter? That's what I want to know.
yeah. Is that what happened to his mom?
Maybe.
Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, but I thought his last name was Quail.
No, that's just, it doesn't matter.
Okay, so yeah, really interested to see how they wrap this up, but yet not at all surprised to see that there was an impending bundles of joy coming.
Yeah, depending on how that works for them.
Yeah.
It was an interesting episode. I kind of land with you on the fact that it was a little bit wibbly wobbly,
Choppy.
Yeah, because there was a lot of dialogue happening and a lot of ideas being tossed around, which again, I mean, that was what they were saying literally, that they were ideas and beliefs. So, I get that maybe they didn't want to land too specifically on a certain thing. They wanted to keep it light and airy so you don't ask too many questions. I get that, but it did feel like, yeah, we're just going to skip over this real quick and trust that you buy what we're selling you.
Yeah.
But I don't have a problem with that.
No.
I mean, there's a lot of that in Doctor Who. I mean, there's a lot
For
of that.
sure.
So,
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
yeah. But I do appreciate getting to see the same day from Quill's perspective, getting to see this. And that's a trope. Other shows, we get that a lot. Here's what happened to Group A, and here's what happened to Group B.
Yeah.
Or here's what happened to, Scully, and then here's what happened to Mulder.
Yeah.
And
that was a fun episode,
Those
for
sorts
sure.
of things, right?
Yeah.
But it's a trope for a reason, because it's a fun way to explore your characters. And, and so, both the Prince had a both the prince and Quill had really bad days leading up to that moment.
Really bad days.
And they've had they've clearly had an antagonistic relationship with one another. Neither one of them's really happy with their situation, but they've been a part of each other's lives for a while.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting how that plays out in the finale and where we go with that. Definitely some questions raised here that I'm interested to see the answers
what that
to.
Quill do.
Right. I'm glad that we chose to watch this show when we did. I feel like if this were a show, and maybe this is what happened to the show. I don't know. I can't say, and I don't work for the BBC. Clearly, my accent's all wrong. But it feels like maybe if you were watching this a week at a time, and if there was a gap, like midway through the season, and that happens sometimes with shows that we watch. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will take a big gap, or Supernatural, or some show will take a big gap, and then we'll come back. So it's almost like 2 mini seasons or something.
Yeah.
If there was a gap in here with only 8 episodes, and maybe there wasn't, I don't know, but I feel like maybe it took too long to get its forward momentum. And I've enjoyed what we've got, but we've also been watching them, and I prefer watching them back to back, I've found. As opposed to waiting a week between episodes. And so, some shows are better binged, and this may be one of the shows that would have benefited from a home on Netflix or something else.
Yeah.
And so, we're living in an age where a lot of shows are coming back to streaming services. A lot of streaming services saying, hey, let's bring this thing back. So, it's not beyond the realm of possibility. And I do know, by the way, that there is a Big Finish audio that's happening. Some of the cast is not coming back, but some is.
For this?
For Class, yeah. Oh. There's a Big Finish audio coming. So we will get more adventures, at least audio-wise.
That's fantastic.
But if some of them maintain their interest in playing these characters, then it's possible we could get a special or a mini season or something later.
Yeah, I would love to see like 2 2-hour things. That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
BBC's known for that sort of thing anyway, so that would be par for their course.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm definitely enjoying this and glad that we've given it a watch. We'll be back with the final episode of the season
finale
as soon as we can, and we hope that you'll be there with us. Now, if you want to see the full version of this reaction without anything cut down for content on YouTube, then you can jump down to the comments or in the description down below, and you'll find a link to Patreon where you can watch it. You'll sync up your own copy of Class to it and listen to all of our comments and the ridiculousness that we mumble to ourselves while we're watching these shows.
There's a lot of ridiculousness.
There is a lot of ridiculousness and a lot of inside jokes and things. But yeah, we love doing that, and we hope that you'll join us there if you're into this series. Otherwise, jump down in the comments and let us know what you thought about this episode. No spoilers, though, for the season finale, because we're jumping into that next. Anything else, Heidi?
No, that's it.
That's it for us. Until next time, folks.
Bye.
Bye.